So that was Boyo. Multi-talented? Does that make any sense?
He is talented in multiple things.
Okay, yeah.
So,
So we had a chat with him. I think it was a nice little start to our day. He was the first interview.
Yeah, he was the first, and literally afterwards, we had this moment of like, did we just become friends?
Yeah.
Like all of us, did we just become friends? And don't be surprised if you see Boyo on the Us podcast sometime in the future.
Yeah, fuck this.
Happy Halloween, everybody! Welcome back to the Us podcast.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is back.
It's a podcast about us, and it's all of us, bro.
Hey, dude, Mickey did a fucking solo run.
Mickey had to take control.
Oh shit.
Man, fuck Disney, dude. Since the last time we talked about Mickey, since the last time we talked about Mickey, Disney has grown exponentially.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
We need to stop.
Government's got to get involved with that.
Wait, who the fuck are you?
Wait,
What's up?
Justin.
Where are we?
What's up?
Where is this place?
Yo.
What's up?
Oh,
It's Boyo.
for longtime fans who
The
haven't
OGs know.
Dude, the OGs know who this
How's it
motherfucker
going?
is. Yes.
Boyo.
Dude,
This is
thank
good to see
you
y'all.
El
for fucking
Boyo.
being
Good to
on
see
the
y'all.
show, bro. Again.
So to give context, we were at a concert last year called Young Love. That is where our paths crossed for the first time. We talked shit about a couple Halloween movies, and we were
That we
like,
did.
And then we speculated if one day in the future we do a Halloween type episode, this boy needs to be on.
Yes, sir.
And
Now
this
we're
is
fucking-
that day.
Now we're fucking here.
This
and
is that
look how
day.
spooky we look. I look like Beetlejuice. This dude looks like
I look like I could be Teen Wolf maybe.
Yes. Or young Tim Burton, as we've been
Tim Burton,
discussing.
so
He's
in the
dressed as young
spooky-
Tim Burton.
And Chris
Apologize
is
for
dressed as a
my-
sailor.
I'm a hippie sailor.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye the Sailor Man, exactly.
So you can't say that we're not Halloweeny.
And if you didn't have any more reason to see that Us podcast, when they say they're gonna do something, when the Us podcast says, "Hey, that's gonna be done."
When we say we're gonna get this motherfucker on a Halloween episode, we're doing it.
Spoopy season,
It's fucking
bitch.
Here.
Here we are.
Boyo, what is your favorite thing about Halloween?
My favorite thing, probably the movies, probably the culture
Fuck
around
yeah.
it. Yeah, I'd say.
It must be nice watching movies here. This is
This
your
is
lovely
nice.
house. Tell us a little bit about this place. Tell us
The
a little
man
bit
cave.
about our man cave that we're
The
sitting in.
cave. It's the
the
cave.
Cave of Wonders. He
It's
likes
the
to
cave.
Call
Oh,
it.
It's what I just learned to call it now.
I guess I do call it that.
It is the new name.
It
of
is
this
the
cave.
name. Yeah.
So if you all remember, I kind of hated the Halloween 2018 movie.
When that came out last year, that was so hype. I forgot how hype people were for it.
Shit was whack in my opinion, but I love the Rob Zombie movie.
I think that's trash.
Chris hasn't even seen it.
Well, so here's where a little connection comes in. We were just talking about the Nostalgia Critic,
We were.
and that's how I've seen. He's a YouTuber. He reviews movies. He lives in Chicago, and he reviews movies like in full. So that's how I've seen the Rob Zombie Halloween. Seen it. So I haven't seen. It's gonna be a new experience for me. But from what I've seen, I'm like, it's pretty trashy.
But you're a fan of both.
Yeah, so I saw the Rob Zombie one when I was in middle school. I borrowed it from a kid that I was older.
It's my dad, so give it back.
No, it was it was I was scared.
had that
I wasn't
conversation.
allowed to watch it, and it really disturbed me, and I liked it, and I might have even seen it before I saw the John Carpenter one.
Yeah, that was my first Halloween.
Yeah. So I think that was how I was introduced to the character. So then I liked the 2018 one. I didn't love it. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
Yeah, we're gonna revisit it.
I know. I gotta be honest with you. I know we haven't seen the 2018 one again, but I'm having I have a similar feeling about it this day. Do you remember how when we had seen it, I swore
were
to you
so
that it was
hyped.
amazing.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, I'm like, Like it didn't really stay with me, that movie.
I think
Yeah.
you were hyped too. Like
I was
wait,
hyped. I mean,
both.
I was hyped, but I think it's also the fanfare around it too, because it was like
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
It was still hot when we were talking. But
It was hot.
It was Halloween.
It was Halloween then. She was like on the press run.
Yeah.
Back in the spotlight.
John
And
Carpenter
the spirits
scored it.
were up.
Yeah.
And now that like a year is settled, I'm kind of realizing I'm like I don't really remember too much about them except for that cool song that comes out in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I actually, that's a really cool song.
But
and
then
I can't wait
and I remember the mask scene
Yes,
where
yeah.
he's holding
Yes,
the mask in
yes.
the mental institution.
so like
So we're
moments
gonna-
like that were cool.
We're
But
gonna
yes,
revisit all these
all
moments.
these things and more.
So this is another installment of the segment me and Chris have called
Love It, Hate It, Movies.
Fuck yeah! If you all remember, first episode, La
La Land,
and
Rogue
Star
One,
Wars.
battled it out.
Yeah,
Right on the
that's a rough-
CSUN
that's hard.
on the
That was-
CSUN grounds. Yeah, it was a good episode. I think we both came to an understanding that there are things to respect about those movies,
Yeah.
and so we were like,
Yeah, we
they may not be for me, but I respect them a lot more because of
Exactly.
how you feel about
Chris
it.
didn't really like Rogue One.
No, and when I watched it again, while he was there explaining it
Yeah, I
to
was
me,
just like, because Chris is like, well, this doesn't make sense. And I was like, oh, fucking just pay attention.
It grew on me. I didn't really like it either. Yeah, it's interesting.
yeah, and I'm really excited to do this too because it's not only is it just gonna be like a fun time watching fucking horror movies with this king over here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We also want to talk about the Ustlers. Me and Chris have been talking about some heavy ass fucking topics.
Gentrification, brown skin discrimination, fucking
Some community shit, just like all these like heavy topics that require a lot of like communication.
And don't get us wrong, we're having a great time learning about these things, discussing
being
them.
woke, waking Chris up.
Wake me up inside. But sometimes you just need to chill out. You just need to kick back, take a minute from all the social justice stuff, and just
hang out with a
a good homie.
Hang out with a good homie. Watch some fucking spooky Halloween movies. Not think about what did I say?
About oppression.
It's just like, why is there no Latinos in these Halloween
Yeah,
movies?
Rob Zombie, you haven't seen any fucking Latinos in the woods, you fucking motherfucker.
What the
Just kidding.
fuck? What the fuck, Rob Zombie? You can put 100 pumpkins in your fucking movie?
Tonight-
Why did he get the one redhead kid from Spy Kids? You know what I mean?
Junie?
Think
Why
about
Why
it.
can't Carmen get it? Carmen's
Yeah,
got to eat
where's
too.
Carmen?
What the fuck?
Where's Carmen?
Fucking asshole.
So all these questions and more will be asked on this episode.
So kick back.
Watch
on
these
your
if you want, watch
spooky
these
goggles.
movies. Put on your spooky vision. Watch these movies with us. We're gonna have a lot to say. Let's fucking jump in. You ready to get spooky?
Let's do it.
Let's murder.
Blah.
Cool.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Us Podcast. We just finished watching fucking Rob Zombie's Halloween, and it is pretty late in the night. So let's start with one word responses.
We
I like
literally
that.
just finished
We
this.
literally
We
just finished
just, like, the TV's right
TV's
there.
on mute. We just like the credit that said
Oscar's
directed by-
so high.
Yeah. No, don't.
And-
Sorry to burn you, Oscar. Fucking
I
okay.
think we're all there though.
Yeah.
Nah, I was trying to put him on the spot. It's all of us. We're all there.
It's all of us.
I'm just trying to
bro.
be solidarity.
It's all
I'm just
of
trying to
us,
be
bro.
solidarity.
You're like, you know what? We're all stoned. Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Rob Zombies.
You said one word?
Nah, let's just do thoughts. This is
Okay.
Chris's first time.
Okay, so I took notes because I'm a good boy. So I'll give you. Let's see. Yeah, it's well, for one, everybody in this movie has fucking long hair,
Bitch, I will crawl over there and I will skull fuck the shit out of you.
which is a Rob Zombie
True.
trademark. Which
There was a lot
kinda-
of I don't know if it was based like in the time that it came out, which was like 2007
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah,
but it looked like it was like in 1980 something.
Yeah, just like some fucking,
Yeah.
just like I love long, dirty, greasy.
But there's like
hair.
cutoffs, a lot of cutoffs.
Well, I guess yeah. So just so people have reference, the Rob Zombie Hollywood Halloween remake was a redo of the classic
remake of
John
John
Carpenter, and he wanted to do this version because he wanted to give Michael more of a backstory. Because I can see the argument why people might find it strange that in the OG, it's this cute little Danny Torrance looking bowl cut kid, it's like, oh gee, I killed my family, and then it's like, how did he become Michael Myers? And so in this movie they have this, as Oscar describes, this ugly girl looking
Yeah, that kid has always looked weird to me.
No, but like it in a way, like it makes sense. That's what I was saying with this movie.
He looks like a Swedish like death metal kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Which makes sense,
He
you
had
know
the
what I
Kiss
mean?
shirt and everything.
Yeah.
And if I had all that backstory to say, like, we get like I think like 45 minutes of movie of just Michael's past. You're really there. You like live there. You see him, kill all these people, kill his whole family, like in super detail.
His kills progress. Killing rats.
And then that's when after that's when we get into the classic, Michael versus Laurie story.
He escapes out of the mental hospital.
So first
kill.
thoughts, knowing all this and being a fan of the loving, I think the original is one of my, I think probably my favorite horror movie of all time. Not because it's scary, I just love the aesthetic and what it built. But I guess watching this version, it just felt like this was. It was almost full circle for Halloween to get like what the shitty serial killer movies became, because like, oh, this is like, how they say that that this was like the first one that inspired all those like serial killer movies, and ever since that, like there was like that, it was the first of its kind,
The first slasher film.
slasher film,
right?
yeah. So I'm like it
Was
like,
it pre Friday the 13th, right?
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it just felt so on the nose, like it just felt everything that, like of course a serial killer movie's gonna have, like of course he's gonna have a shitty family, like of course everybody's gonna treat him like shit, of course he's gonna be, of course he looks like it just was like of course it felt, and this isn't even a bad thing, it just felt so on the nose that it was like this. I even wrote this down. Like, it's so funny. Martin Scorsese is getting a lot of heat right now for calling Marvel movies theme parks, not cinema. And when I was watching, you didn't know that? No, yeah, it's a big deal. Like, people
Marty, you fucking old man.
Well, that's a whole nother bag of chips. But I was even gonna say, this movie feels like the theme park version of Halloween, because the thing is, it is more brutal. It delivers on more kills.
It's fun.
And no, that's right. It's fun.
It's fun. It's
And
like
no,
the
it was
Horror
so-
Nights
it-
walkthrough.
Exactly. It is the theme park.
But it's fun,
It's
though.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're seeing, like, it's like Rob Zombie just like expanded on this. Like, it's just like his cover of Halloween's, like if he built his own little, if he got the rights and was able to build his own custom little like Halloween walkthrough, and in that regard, I'm like, oh, this is a cool interpretation of this folklore of this story of this killer Michael Myers. Because when I look at those old classic movies, especially when they were so low budget like Halloween, I always look at them as fables, because they'll leave things out. There'll be little plot things that's like, well, hey, that doesn't make sense. Like,
What did Freddy Krueger do when he was like 10 years old?
Yeah. Because if you think about
because I think the remake of Elm Street, didn't they? Was he always like a teacher of young kids, and
I don't
then
think
an
so.
abuser?
I heard that was new.
Because I remember thinking that was actually an interesting backstory.
Yeah.
And then they burn him, and then he's like, "Rah."
Yeah, and the remake, because I didn't like the remake wasn't amazing or whatever,
No.
but I thought
that was
that was
idea,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought they could have done that
Let's
better.
fact check that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we're right or wrong.
Yeah, because I remember
Not right
watching
now.
that remake and being like,
Like,
dang.
in post.
Yeah.
We'll fact check it.
Oscar, Oscar, can you check
Can you
while we
check?
talk? Can you check? Was Freddy Krueger always a pedophile?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy question to ask someone.
Dude, I'll ask Google. Well, I was gonna get off topic, but
Yeah, so it felt like a theme park, and you know what? This is like the fast food version of Halloween. It serves
Hell
you
yeah.
everything you want. You get the titties, you get the sex, you get the murder. But after a
It does
while,
it. It does
when
it
it
well.
all happens, you kind of just get like, like I just got so bored by it. Like the screaming, the constant like the killings just they became so numbing. And I know that that's the point. Like that's what a serial killer should be. But I think what makes the other Halloween movie we're about to see and the original so special is that like you remember almost everybody he kills because it's just such a small number and you lived with those characters for so long. I was thinking as I was watching this, I said, you know what? A lot of these people that are getting killed, I have not seen up until the scene that they appear in and then they get killed. And it would be different. It's like if you put
like that too.
Yeah, but
we'll see. Watch. It's like
no.
That too.
I'm not saying he doesn't kill strangers in that one, but there's something I don't know. Like there's something even so
Halloween 2018 is also more of like a movie.
Yes.
Like there's more of like a screenplay with like.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Those are films. This is like a movie. It's like a cheap little like theme park. Like here you go. Here, not that that's a bad thing. There's room for all that.
I think that shit was.
No,
this
it's
is
super
stylized.
stylized. It's super stylized.
I think this is like, I think Halloween 2018. Like I think they're just different. Like they're completely different lanes. Like one is like this is like. Like Halloween 2018 is like a script.
I will
like
say this one's a lot more trashy.
Yeah, like if you read this
that
script,
was my main argument.
Like if you read this script, I feel like the script
you
is
fucking bitch horse.
Yeah, like, if you read the script,
Dude,
you'd be like the
everybody's a
dialogue.
piece of
You'd be
shit.
like, what's going on at some points.
Hey, shit pants. Give me a fucking break. He's probably a queer. Got choked the chicken, purged my snorkel all over them flappy ass tits. We found this in Michael's school bag.
Come on. Big deal. He found a dead cat.
Whereas 2018, at least you'd be like they tried to make the because remember there's the new Lumi. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're the new Loomis, dude. She literally says it. Yeah, you're the new.
So you're the new Loomis.
Like whatever the new guy. And so they tried to make the two new like the people that have the podcast or whatever the crime podcast. So they try to give their dialogue a little more nuance or whatever.
Yes.
And give Lori I don't know it's
a classier movie though. Like it's like especially that way. It's done.
It doesn't
more,
mean it's a better
more sleek.
horror.
No. That's the thing. Because like if I think about it, like because that's the thing about this movie. It's like you might think that what I'm saying is like negative, but it kind of isn't because if I'm thinking about now, because when I think about friends coming over having a spoopy night. What movie am I gonna put on? Halloween, the original, where everyone's just gonna be like, "Oh, this looks fake. This is boring. He only kills like 6 people." Or am I gonna put on fucking Rob Zombies, where it's like, "Hey, sex, blood, butts and titties, fucking stab him in the face, fucking straight up rape." I don't know how that got fucking cleared. Literally, like straight up a rape scene. That too was great.
Did that happen in this?
Yeah. Remember they go to Michael's room. They go to Michael's room. He's working on his mask, and they're straight up.
How he breaks out.
He's just sitting.
It's in the that one.
It's when he's just sitting there. Yeah, he's just sitting there, and they're fucking raping.
I blocked that out.
Yeah, dude. They're like they're like giving it.
Awful.
Yeah.
That was really hard to watch.
Explain that, Angel. Stick up for that scene.
I'm gonna say.
Well, I mean, I guess I think that was supposed to be. I think that scene. That scene wasn't like.
So we can be happy to watch these guys die. So like, come on, Michael, kill him.
But I love that he didn't even like kill them because he was raping her. They killed them because like they're on the bed, they're fucking with everything, and Michael's just like working on his mask. Yeah. And as soon as they touch one of his hanging masks, then again, hey, I had my rules. I set boundaries, and he just fucking.
It is. I mean, thank God he killed those fucking guys. Like those are. That's awful.
I wonder if he killed that girl. I bet he killed.
I guess it is kind of. It is off-brand in a John Carpenter sense to have that like brutalist sense, but it's like. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember watching it as a kid, and it did stick with me, though, that there was such violence.
Yeah, I think Rob Zombie knows how to make people look really cool, like when they're like bloody and fucking beat up. Like I think every time someone's super bloody or beat up, like they look cool.
But See, that's what I was gonna say too. The kills here were also kind of like the kills are brutal, right? But when you saw the people, it wasn't as graphic and like as like gut wrenching as you'd want it to be because like they're just bloody. And I remember at some point I asked like that girl, and I'm like, dude, they just throw blood all over her and expect. Because I'm like, where are her cuts? She just looks like she's just laying in a
Some
pool
of the
of
kills
blood.
I thought some of the kills were gnarly, but some of the kills, the one weird one was at the end. Where his eyes weren't.
Oh yeah, he like squishes his head, but then like
Oh,
the
yeah.
next scene,
He squishes fucking
perfect,
Alex
makeup
Large's
on him.
eyes.
Yeah,
and
it looked
then-
like it was almost like you said, like it was out of sequence or something.
See
That was weird.
I was always like,
wouldn't,
oh fuck that.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a little strange.
I will say I like the kills in this one more than the 2018 one. Just because it's gorier doesn't mean it's better. I like these more.
You prefer like the quick and then like
Yeah, because
like,
I like
bloody.
this one because there's more build up to the.
Well, yeah,
fucking
it's
kills.
satisfying like to see him kill like some awful like rapist, terrible dudes.
That's what I'm saying. It's satisfying. It's a cheeseburger.
But,
You know,
like,
it's a
yeah, so
McDonald's
what's that?
cheeseburger.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's inconsistent though, because it was weird. It's like satisfying, but then it is like sad to see him kill like Danny Trejo, or it's sad to see
Oh
him
yeah,
kill. Like,
but you see that just goes to show. Michael's like, hey, I don't just kill bad guys. I kill my friends.
Nah,
too."
see that? I thought that was the lamest thing they could have fucking done. I thought him killing Danny Trejo was so lame because like this is lame. He just kills.
yeah.
I know that. I know. I know.
That's
I know.
what you like about the.
No,
2018
you
one.
remember he spares that fucking baby, and you said, "Well, I thought he was a fucking killing machine.
Yeah,
That he's
yeah.
nothing his way." I'm like,
There's no
but
rules.
you're told that, you're fed that information, and then Michael doesn't, and then it makes you wonder why. Why does he have sympathy for
Well, there are
babies?
some
And it
Mindhunter
makes you
shit
question.
in the 2018 one. I feel like where like the guy's just like fascinated with him.
Exactly.
But the thing I don't like about
Right.
the 20, we'll get into the 2018.
This
once
this
we
dude
see
felt
it.
like
No.
personality
This-
less.
The 2018 Michael Myers has no personality.
And I do agree. Yeah, he
He's
doesn't.
not doing. There's no reason for his killing. In this one, in the Rob Zombie one, he has a goal. He's trying to find his baby sister. In the fucking 2018 one, he's literally just like, oh no, I guess this is what I do. I
The
guess."
2018
There's no
one,
goal.
it is interesting that it is like everyone's in full acceptance that he just is a killing machine. It's kind of
There's
interesting.
no goal.
I mean, I feel like that's like he's a killing machine and like that's already established, but then they're just like, all right, or like
We can't have him kill babies.
we can't have him kill babies, but like it's just about like his attraction to Laurie Strode and like what. Like because she was singing that song walking down the street and they had that like he had a connection to her
Yeah.
and wanted to follow her or whatever, and so it's like there's a lot of unexplained like it's a lot of like easy not easy, I don't want to say easy, but it's like they don't have to do exposition because you can just
And they're
like
just like Michael Myers, he kills people.
which
And they're
makes
like,
which makes it
kill more.
and it makes it easy to say, like I'm not saying easy, but it's like it's
It's
more
simple.
romantic to say it makes it more romantic to like look back on it and be like it's artful or whatever. But I think like it was bold to go do like a backstory, even if it's like sometimes falls flat, because it's like it is bold.
Yeah, it's
to,
kind of some of the backstory shit. I don't like.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
on
didn't
the
like
nose.
the- like, I
It
didn't
was-
like some
It
of
was
it.
on the nose, which you
but
have
it
to
is
look.
ballsy. It's ballsy because at least they were trying to give some motivation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whereas like I feel like at least like the 2018 one, it's like artful, but like they're in the full acceptance of just
It's
like,
just like this is
he's
Michael
doing
Myers,
it.
a brutal killing machine that killed this people and has been here, and he's very dangerous.
and like it just a point of fascination.
And it's like, what does he want?
But like what are you fascinated with? Like I don't even know what that the new Loomis guy is like sickeningly fascinated with him, but like
Yeah.
what is he fascinated with? Insert. I mean, I
Yeah,
know what
I
he
guess
is.
I guess
know.
Michael's celebrity, and I guess the one thing I did have to say that I enjoyed was that he's kind of a celebrity, where he's on TV, like they know who like there's like a book like the devil behind. So I liked that there was like an added sense of like, oh, like I thought they were doing something with that with his fame, that it was gonna go beyond just that
Yes.
neighborhood where people are gonna be like, dude, that's that serial killer from Haddonfield.
never
But
goes
then
behind
it
the-
never quite took off. That idea never quite took off, which I thought was really interesting and would make sense. Like that was one of the things I thought should have been in the original. I'm like, that would have been cool if he was famous. So
Yeah.
that way there wasn't that scene because then in this scene where the girls are walking and they see a dude in a jumpsuit with a mask, they're just like, it's just one of those perverts that hangs
You
around.
would
Like,
think
did you see
that
in
would be
any-
iconic, yeah.
just like
yeah.
And the girls are like, go jerk off somewhere else.
Yeah, or like, haha, that's the guy dressed up as the Haddon.
Yeah, 'cause see-
look, he's Michael Myers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they not piece it together? Like, was the idea that they just like are used to seeing
they've
like
never seen
people
the
in
mask
masks?
before. They've never seen that mask before.
But if you saw anybody in a mask,
I
you
would-
wouldn't.
I'd
You
call the
wouldn't.
police.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd be
But
yeah.
those girls are
sketched
like,
out.
I'm hot. Things. Okay, let's talk about
Let's see.
shitty things. Yeah, I didn't like the little mini Michael Myers in the beginning. The funniest shit in the world.
It cheapens the
Dude,
scare.
Mini Michael.
Well, because it just makes the mask less scary. It'd be scarier if he had the paper mache and then
Yeah.
grabs the mask and then looks at
Like
it.
the
Yes.
the head makes him look like a fucking.
I
little
I
big
don't
person.
think he
Yeah,
should have
it's
ever.
weird.
He should have never wore that mask as a kid.
No.
He should. Yeah, he should have got like some kind of paper thing. Like that would have been cool. Cause then when you finally see him put on, like in the movie where he just finds it in some attic.
Yeah.
I
mean, he could have gotten like
senses it.
arrested in it as a kid when he's sitting in the front, but you don't see him walking
Yes.
around in it because like
Yeah.
the way you see it, it looks all
It looks
disproportionate.
so dumb.
Yeah. Actually, a good way to introduce him wearing that, if you wanted to show that visual so bad, maybe not when he's killing them, but maybe remember when he's sitting outside,
With the baby.
creepy, with the
Yeah.
baby mask on, and he's just holding. That would have been.
That would have been cool. He picks it up. He picks it up
Rob
from the
Zombie
dead.
would have
We're doing your job for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's like why not to do that? Yeah, it's like because when you see him walking, that's when it looks. He's like waddling.
Yes.
boom,
Yeah, because
peekaboo.
it's just like.
And you see the mask,
waddling.
and it, you know what I mean, and it looks because you see it like kind of hanging off of his head and stuff, and it makes the mask, it makes it look silly.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. So, I guess another reason why Michael Myers didn't work for me is because literally every guy in this movie is an asshole.
Yep.
Every guy in this movie is an
Except
asshole.
the little kid.
Boyfriends are even that kid's an asshole.
No, that
Hey,
kid's a
girls.
jerk. That kid's a jerk.
Hey girls,
Dude,
and I like the boogeyman.
Dude, even Laurie's dad, like I kept joking, I'm like, dude, every family
No
has
one's
to be
functional. Nothing's
dysfunctional.
functional.
Like the dad in the first time you see Laurie's dad, he's just like bitching at his wife, like, I don't want to go to vacation, I want to stay home.
And he's, like, smoking a cig,
Yeah,
and
and
he's just
then there, and one of the scenes after, there's a scene where Laurie and her mom are just sitting outside, like giving candy to trick or treaters, and the dad comes and he sits down next to them. It's a nice like sweeping like little like dolly shot of the house. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like finally, like a nice little moment that isn't dirty or full of titties or fucking blood. Yeah. And then this fucking
Yeah, like-
this sweater wearing fucking receding white
Like, looks
hair,
like George
clean
Costanza.
cut, yeah, clean cut father. Whips out a cigarette right there next to his wife, lights that shit.
Yeah.
It's like we're still in a Rob Zombie movie, motherfuckers.
It can never be wholesome. Well, that's the difference in 2018.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my point was, Michael Myers didn't feel that special because, like, dude, all these fools are Michael Myers. This guy's just a psychopath.
Yeah.
Cleaning house.
Yeah, he just doesn't he doesn't mind the blood. Like
Yeah.
all you fools though, like are like literally one bad day away from becoming Michael
You gotta
Myers.
put the mask on. And you fucking Michael Myers.
Yeah, everybody. That was my thing. It's like, dude, everybody here sucks. Like, there's not one good person in this
I
movie.
don't know. I like the world that Rob Zombie created. I love the scene with fucking Blue Oyster Cult playing like
I did too. Yeah.
softly in
And
the
Rush.
background.
And
But it
Rush
wasn't
is
even
fine.
loud enough. Like I thought, oh, that'd be cool to see a murder to that. Then it's just like in the
Nah,
background.
because you forget that she turned the radio on and you're like, oh yeah, she's like in the other room.
It's like this movie wants to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fucking just like horror trash, and then in the moments where where I want it to be horror trash, it's artsy. It's like we're gonna
Rob
play it
Zo-
quietly in the background.
Rob Zombie is stylized trash. Yeah, let's fucking say that.
It is.
But
It
you know
is.
what? I
There's,
will
like, a
say.
certain artful charm.
It's stylized like midnight horror. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah, and yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Again, I know everything I've been saying leans negative. Look who's calling us, Justin.
Bitch.
Hang on. Okay, we're gonna take this over the fucking interrupting our show. Yes.
Hey,
What's up, bitch?
what are you doing right now?
You're live on the US podcast. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, great. Thank you for having me on that.
Justin just can't go away. What's up, bro?
Hey, I'm with the Hound if you want to come. I'm with Michael
No,
Chase.
fuck
Here,
you.
Gabriel's here.
Fuck you and your stupid Super Smash Night, Justin. Fuck off.
Okay, yeah, I thought about that. But guess what? It's midnight, and this is going to be done soon, and then we're going to blaze it.
Well, we're still doing the podcast, and we're about to watch another Rob Zombie movie. Not Rob Zombie movie.
That'd be wild.
Please no.
Fuck, you with Angel?
Yeah, dog. Oh no, Chris is doing the podcast by himself, dog.
What the fuck? Fuck you guys then.
Hey,
Wait.
say hello to our friend.
Oh,
Was that genuine anger?
Anyway, my favorite part was that Anthony Mackie got. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
If you're looking for some kind of action, you better take it on the arches before I'm done dropping this load.
Oh, dude, that guy was fucking cool. What? I forgot his name.
Yeah, that guy that was taking a poop and he was just trying to leave it.
Fucking Joe
Super
Grizzly. I wrote his name down. I was like, I'm Joe Grizzly,
Yeah, he was
bitch.
like- He was like, I got a taco supreme.
I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm gonna be a while.
He's like, that's talking back to me.
That's talking back, and then all of a sudden, Michael Myers was like, I feel like if you see dirty, like a guy with like
I feel like this guy's fucking.
with like muddy like feet and like walking with sandals, like I'd either think he's like running a cult or something, and
I'm
like
so scared.
yeah, I wouldn't tell him what I'm pooping
I
out.
wouldn't agitate him.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
I wouldn't open the door and like
Yeah.
do a speech.
It sucked that it had to be the coolest black dude
Yeah,
that
it
I
ever
wish
walked
they
the
would have
face
had a
of the
cooler
earth.
fight, but I also liked how Michael just like powered that dude. He's like,
Drop the fucking knife!
Man, it was cool, but
And
damn,
he
like
took his jumpsuit,
the
which
bi-
is a
the-
cool
the-
jumpsuit.
that's true. He did take the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
He got it from fucking Joe Grizzly himself.
Yeah.
The master.
Joe Grizzly.
Dude, shout out to that actor. He was fucking smooth as hell. I the kills in this movie, they took so long, but I guess that's part of the appeal when
I
you're
like
with
it, the
friends.
anticipation.
Because
Yeah.
it's just like he's standing there with his fucking dirty ass feet.
That's every fucking Halloween movie.
No, and the
No,
and the
he's
one
a-
we're about to see,
yeah, we'll
it's,
see.
it's a lot more like.
I'll be paying close
Better.
attention to
Oh,
the
you
time
will.
of these kills. But all right, last words / last verdicts on Rob Zombie.
I'd say it is fun. You know, like I'd say it's a fun like 2000 like 2010s reimagining that.
For sure, dude. This feels like
that
this feels
isn't-
so late 2000s.
Yeah,
when
and
the
it-
digital shit was just coming up. YouTube was just coming onto the scene. People were barely getting cell phones.
Yeah, and you don't need to take it too seriously. Like you can just like watch it, enjoy it. Like it you know, like it is gnarly. Like it isn't like
Dude,
it
there's
isn't.
spots where I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and that, I
forgot-
gotta be honest. I visibly just like, ooh.
There was some stomach turning points.
Yeah.
It's very of that era horror where it's like just like let's desensitize the shit out of our viewers kind of
Yes.
vibe.
Yeah. I really thought I was gonna hate it, judging from like the beginning dialogue with the stepdad. Man, he's easily the worst fucking
Oh
actor
yeah.
in the whole
Oh
movie.
my god, we didn't
Yeah,
even talk about this.
who is
stepdad.
that?
That dad
Dude,
was
like,
the
your daughter's got a
worst.
nice piece of ass. Your son's gay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat the shit
It's
out
like
of
the
you. once
worst
we live
every-
in a two-story
masculine
house.
jerk, man.
We
Yeah.
live in a 2-story house somehow. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and
That
he's
didn't
like,
make
and
sense
also
to
they
me.
didn't understand like what was his injury
Yeah,
that he
I
I didn't
had.
see. Yeah, you didn't see anything. He's like, I'm crippled from the lower half. I'm like, I can't even see your lower half.
And he said he's
broken
gonna. He's
arm.
like, once I heal, I'm gonna beat
I'll
you
beat
up.
the
But
shit
like,
out
what
of you.
happened to
Fix it,
you?
please. Like, how'd you get that for what? Like, what the fuck happened?
So
Yeah.
he was terrible.
Yeah, that was literally like the worst.
Yeah,
part
that
of
might
the
have been the
movie.
worst.
He's like, I'm a
Aside-
cliche. Like it's like
Actually,
it's like
It,
stop.
that actually is fighting with the top spot of the worst part of the
Shout
movie
out to Spy
between.
Kids guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so so the fucking stepdad, fucking evil Junie, and fucking Laurie screaming are probably like the worst parts of the movie, dude.
Laurie's-
And like
Angel
and
saying
moaning.
that- yeah, and I
Not
felt
stop.
I felt so bad because I'm like, dude, I'm being annoying right now. But for some reason, I guess because I was probably really high, I just couldn't like not voice my discomfort with the screaming. I was just like,
Yeah, it was bad. It was
like,
really
oh, man.
uncomfortable.
Look at this, Mom.
It was getting to me too, but
It was
I
really
like
hard
it.
to bear.
I think the Laurie actress is one of the worst. Also, she's pretty
Shit, I
bad.
haven't
happy
seen her in
Halloween, Laurie
anything.
actress.
Sorry, but my favorite, fucking Joe Grizzly, best character.
Joe Grizzly.
Danny
bitch.
Trejo's pretty good.
Danny Trejo's
Alex
great.
DeLarge is pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Overall, I would watch this shit again. I like because there was like funny moments that you can fucking make fun of, and so it's one of those movies that you put on at a party and just fucking get drunk
Yeah.
and have fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Good, thanks, Rob Zombie.
Honestly, I see you a lot differently. This, I gotta say, for all the little, critiques I have, I'm critiquing it as a film, right? But if we're talking about something you want to pop in, fucking just have a good night with, Yeah, watch this. This is totally what this is the perfect remake for Halloween. You know, like what Halloween meant, or how intense and how like risque it was for teenagers in the fucking 80s. It matched for teenagers, and like it was true to its nature in that way. It's like, yeah, it's the same thing, just I'm gonna do my version of that.
It's raunchier because kids got raunchier.
Exactly.
More brutal, kids got more.
It's one of the few remakes that keeps up with the times, and it works to their favor somehow, because it's kind of a timeless story. You know, just some guy with a fucking knife, which worked because that was, again, like I said, right before we got cell phones, right before we advanced, right before security camera, right before everybody had a camera in their pocket. It was right there, and that's why remakes since then have been harder to get done, because it's like, yeah, everybody's got a cell phone.
Everything gets fixed with a cell phone.
So great selection. I loved how you shot this, by the way, Rob Zombie. Like, it felt, a lot of it reminded me of if the Safdies fucking remade Halloween. A lot of these cool telephoto lens close-ups and shit. Like really, really cool framing. I liked it a lot. It was great.
And like handheld, intimate.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
So
it was shot really well.
So that was Halloween, Rob Zombie. I actually turned out to be a fan after all.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
let's see if my mind will be changed once we watch this other one. I don't know.
Directed by David Gordon Green.
David Gordon Green.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. Yeah, director of Pineapple Express, George Washington. Were we not just bumping that in the car on the way here, bro?
Yeah, and we're just talking about how.
Whoa.
Anyway.
Serendipitous. We'll see you after the movie. Halloween 2018.
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
He's here!
Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
So we're back. We just came back on a little trip from 2018.
Yeah. Flashback to a year ago when we saw this shit in fucking theaters. It is currently 2 a.m, and we just finished watching only 2 Halloween movies. Just 2 of them.
Yeah.
And we're fucking... I'm Michael Myers out. I don't know if I want to see a Halloween movie in a long ass time.
Honestly,
I don't think there's other ones worthy of really viewing that.
I mean,
fully.
apart from the actual OG one, which you don't.
Besides the OG one.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Which Angel doesn't even like.
You know, and because, dude, Michael Myers gets behind a fucking car, and he does like a perfect merge into a lane, and that's where I draw the line. I'll show you
the
clip.
original?
Yeah, I'll show you the clip, and I'm just like, fuck you, Michael doesn't know those traffic laws.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I just kept thinking about shit like that. So, in this movie, in Halloween 2018, there's a scene where Laurie is looking for Michael, and that shit takes like 15 fucking minutes. Like, that shit is
at the end, toward the end. Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Endless.
Even when I love this movie, and even though I saw it so fucking fried, to me that scene felt so long. I'm like, okay, like I get that David Gordon. What a tongue twister.
David Gordon Green.
Yeah, I hate that he probably thought this was like such like a tense scene because of the silence. Of course, I'm like, nah, dude, this is just long because like there's nothing happens, nothing gets achieved when she goes into the rooms where he's not in.
And Michael is just standing there in the corner, being quiet as a mouse, while she does everything, and she passes her flashlight by him like fucking 3 different times.
Yeah, it doesn't really achieve anything.
It's so funny. So I think watching these back to back, you were saying it's so funny watching them back to back because you can tell like the differences in style and stuff. And I think that's especially apparent in just like, this is very much artsy Michael Myers, you know, the fancy long one takes, random moments of surrealness, like when that girl runs into that like graveyard of fucking mannequins, and she like it's like like a Sam Raimi zoom in on them, and then
like I wonder if he was just like, this is so weird.
This to me, this feels, I don't know how it feels for y'all, but to me this feels like like this is the real version of this story. Like this is the David Fincher like grounded. Like this is the like if there was any like realistic version of the story, it's this movie. And then the Rob Zombie ones are like the made for TV like sleazier remakes.
The Cinemax.
Yeah, the Skinemax. Yeah, the Skinemax
that makes
version.
sense though. I mean, yeah.
And I think there's, and you know what? I always because I had not seen the Rob Zombie movies, but for some reason it bothered me that there was like two versions of him. But I kind of love it because if you want cinematic artsy, tasteful, takes his time, really like with that kid, like really brutal shit, like superhuman strength, but not impossible Kool-Aid man, just like crashing through everything like Rob Zombies, where he's fucking ripping fences off the fucking hinges and stuff. Like this felt like his strength felt human, but it just felt like a guy, like just imagine like a big burly guy like that, an old guy too. And he's psycho and just using all of his strength. Like that's what that's how strong he felt. It just felt like already a big person, and added that he's deranged. Like that's even scarier.
Yeah, because being crazy gives you fucking super strength.
Yeah, dude, you're fighting. It's a mental fight.
I like that you mentioned that he's old. Because he shouldn't be able to do all this shit if he's that old. He literally just steps on a guy's fucking head.
Say something.
Like he was a fucking water balloon.
But see, you remember those scenes. You remember those scenes more because of how shocking they are.
Dumb. I'll go into my shit right now. Are you still a fan of this movie?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think it's like a mate. Like, I don't think it's like the best thing ever. I think it's like definitely a. I don't know. I think it has its place. I think it's like in the pantheon of Halloween movies. I think it's definitely like a direct sequel to the original one.
Mm-hmm.
And I like I think it's like an aesthetic like cousin or whatever sibling to that.
What do you get from this one that's different than the Rob Zombie one?
Like I get like
nuance, dude.
Yeah, there's like just like a pacing thing.
Yeah, man.
There's
like the build of the kills were just so like satisfying, especially that like one take. Like
they were all pointless, worthless though. They were just cool. They were just cool looking. But I asked you twice. I was like, why is he doing this?
Well, it's also dark for a different kind of dark. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like dark and like not in like that graphic like Rob Zombie like
right. No, yeah. It's almost like bleak. It's sad a lot of the depths.
Yeah.
Like that chubby kid. Like it was. Like of course he sucked. Of course he sucked. But like it was just like damn. Like and then when he killed him,
creepy.
He was creepy. What about Manny DiCaprio?
That kid. I mean, that kid was young. That was kind of.
He's a teenager. And that was like, damn, Michael's so brutal. But then he like spares his little kid. And then he spares the baby.
I super have to admit, like to me, the movie didn't really get started until like we saw the friend and the little Kevin Hart kid. That's when it gets to like iconic
really
scenes.
Funny, yeah.
That guy is the best part of the fucking movie. Him. Let me think. Okay, let me try to think of some good things because I kind of don't really I can't imagine a time where I would watch this shit again.
Honestly, dude, you know what I was gonna say? It's so weird watching this again because we were all in such weird places in our lives. Think about last year, October 2018. I had just put out my movie. We were about to do Young Love. We were like excited because Rob had was the only one that responded to us when we sent an email to like everybody saying, "Hey, we're gonna be there," and he's the one that said, "Yo,
we see you." Other people that didn't respond.
Yeah, shade, but no shade though. But and I don't know. I think about all the things that it was like the Us podcast was like picking up traction. Like I think it was, and I hadn't really smoked that much weed back then. and I would only smoke when I would just hang out with you guys. So like, that's when I got that edible, and we just got so fucking fried. And I think where I was back then, like especially with my sadness.
I was like, where's this going?
No, I was like, I think with all those things stacked on top of me, I just saw this movie completely different. I was so hyped. I thought I genuinely thought. I didn't think it was just high thoughts. I'm like, nah, this is really fucking good. Because then I saw it again. Because I saw it again sober.
So this is your third time seeing this.
Yeah, and I was like, it's got like the moments that were great. Like I said, where when we meet little Kevin Hart, and then from then on, like all that stuff was just so mature. That's like I say, it's a very mature Michael Myers movie. Like even if the reasons are dumb, like even if the podcasters are dumb, like dude, those podcasters, like watching them again, it
was nice to watch them die this time.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, poor them, but this time I'm just like, dude, these people are so.
She's like, how does $3,000 sound?
Lame.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was like, come on,
fucking
dude.
guy.
I don't know, man. I don't like this Michael Myers. I think he's fucking dumb. And he's stupid. He's just a big old dumb old guy that just kills for no fucking reason. That's all. Like, this is. I'm realizing it's really just me. I just want some clear motivation for this fucking character.
I understand that. I do understand it. There were points because contrasting it to the Rob Zombie one where I was watching this and I was like, what is he just like? Is like what is he doing? What's happening? Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, do I have to watch together one? I don't know.
Like to piece it together. Like there's never because with the Rob Zombie one, like the genius of that one is that it sets up that Michael Myers liked his little sister since they were kids. And so it makes sense that his whole motivation is to find
this one he doesn't
sister.
care. He just
this
kills
one is
her.
just like
he kills his little sister.
I'm home, Lori. Like he just stumbles upon her like by accident. He's not looking for her. Or at least it doesn't seem like he's looking for her. It just looks like he like finds his way to that farm thing, and it's just like, oh yeah. Like he sees her. He sees her when he kills that one girl.
I'm trying to think of retorts, but honestly, I can't.
And also that door scene is like really weird, and like in retrospect, like why would she lean up against the door? There's two like glass windows on either side of her for him to strangle her.
Yeah, Angel's like, how'd that shit not knock her out?
He just bashes her twice.
Beats her, and then she's just fine afterwards. Like her face is totally fine. The Wiz guy is fucking terrible.
The Wiz, he's
hey,
amazing.
You cops find my daughter yet?
Oh, here's the fact. I'm the Wiz. You want to shit under my sink? I will murder you and your whole family.
I feel like Judy Greer is in every reboot. I feel like she's in every reboot. Fucking say hello to these. She's in Jurassic World.
Judy Greer's gotta eat.
Yeah, and
Judy Greer's gotta eat.
Doesn't fit in a lot of. She's like weird.
She's a very like her character fits only in the specific worlds.
Yeah.
I don't see her in this fucking Halloween thing.
Me neither. I tried to, and I try to like be okay with it, even when I was like all over it. But now I'm just like, no, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, to me, when I think of Halloween, I feel like it's like this movie had sprinkles of it, which was nice, and it's very mature, very classy, very tasteful.
I got peanut butter on my dick.
Oh man, I got peanut butter on my penis.
Peanut butter on my penis.
And then, you ever try a banh mi sandwich?
Banh mi is essentially just the Vietnamese version of a French baguette.
Mm-hmm. That sounds disgusting. I'm not gonna try that.
Hey,
Such
but you know what?
Mature, nuanced, artistic.
Yeah, because they weren't fucking caricatures where they was like, hey, I fucking hate you. I'm fucking stupid. I'm gonna fucking snort cocaine and do drugs because I'm a fucking piece of shit. It's like at least it wasn't so fucking on the nose. It was just sprinkles of stupidness. It wasn't just full on. This was because if this was a fucking Rob Zombie movie, dude, like that fucking scene you hate where they're talking about sandwiches would have kept going on. And their car would have been all fucking grimy and shit, and then all the cops would have had fucking like long hair metalheads just fucking like arguing about.
And you
fucking...
know what? As dumb as that sounds, that'd be more fun to watch as opposed to just these.
I disagree.
As opposed to this fucking "This is the end" ripped out of "This is the end" scene that's thrown in here.
It's the Seth Rogen McBride
clan.
Yeah, I don't like
this
it.
movie's bred out of.
I don't like those little sprinkles that you say, like, just take me out of the fucking movie. I'm just like, why'd you do that? At least Rob Zombie's fucking consistent with his.
So then you're saying that you want movies to embrace their silliness if they're gonna stick to it.
I want you to.
So if you're gonna be a mature Halloween movie, don't give me these stupid moments.
Don't give me these dumb, like, these cops are talking about bun me sandwiches.
You don't feel like it's a variety though? Like, I feel like I get like the best of other worlds. I'm like, yeah, this is like overall a mature Halloween movie, but I'm getting sprinkles of like modern humor, adults saying fucking stupid stuff, or little.
It just feels like I'm watching a different movie, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I agree a little bit. Like some of those scenes did feel a little incongruous. Some of them are a little like, huh?
What does incongruous mean?
Like, just like it doesn't like fit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, I don't know. Like some of the jokes just.
I guess I don't know. I think I like when filmmakers do that, when they try to kind of throw in something that wouldn't typically be, because I don't know. I never like it when a movie is played all the way straight.
Well, see, look at Midsommar has a ton of funny scenes, but the humor comes from the rules of the world, like the way they.
Yeah, it's funny, but like in a fucked up way.
And it's like the jokes are tied to the narrative and the world and the rules.
You're right.
It builds to it.
This is very much like, hey, I wrote this funny scene with these two cops. We got some cops in this movie, throw it in there.
Yeah, it does. It feels a little weird. It feels a little hack.
If they were making jokes about Michael Myers or the current situation, maybe I'd let it go more.
Yeah, but they're just talking about fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. It's a little weird.
Damn.
Yes, I got Chris to see.
I agree with you, like, narrative wise, like, yes, like, if you want to be like if you want to be a polished film, yes, have it relate to the plot always. But but for me, I do enjoy it.
Doesn't. You don't mind it.
Like, I genuine, like, when I listened to it, I was like, all right, let me see if I think this is annoying. I'm like, be honest with myself. And I watched it, I'm like, no, it's kind of funny because it comes out of nowhere. And then, like, they're just talking about something super unrelated. It's like, oh, hey, like completely grotesque murder up ahead. I don't know. I like that contrast.
Yeah,
I think that's hilarious.
Watching it this time, it felt like the fight between them and Michael went way too quickly, or was that just me?
Which fight?
Like, just like the end, like the whole resolution.
Yeah, it was really like, whoa.
Fuck, remember what happens?
Shop.
He comes in.
He just like
he
hides and then
and then he throws Laurie off the roof.
And then they like do swap places in the basement.
Right. And then
like after she shoots him, they
okay. So Laurie's hiding. Yeah, Laurie's hiding in the house. They go down to the fucking.
Dude, I wanted to. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Happy Halloween, Michael.
Yeah, you know what? I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to replicate the scene where she's hiding and then Michael comes out of the shadows. Like that's like. It's like she's on the other side of that now.
Yeah, I get.
But they did it. They did it digitally, so it looked really.
It looked weird. It looked weird.
Yeah, because like it just her head's all small and like
and then,
digitally.
Like, it's like her head fades in. With
it just dissolves in.
It was a little jarring.
Cross dissolve like it was on Premiere. It was cross dissolve, but it just fucking went.
Yeah, it was like
It's gonna show up like right here.
Yeah.
Who was the more brutal Michael Myers? The Rob Zombie Michael Myers or 2018 Michael
Awesome
Myers?
question. Yes.
I mean,
honestly,
this one had teeth in his hand.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, because this motherfucker broke jaws. This fool stepped on a head like a fucking grapefruit. Like that's why that scene's that's why I still hold this movie in fairly high regard and I call it mature because I'm like, say what you will about the reason for the kills, Michael himself, but that I will never forget seeing a head get smashed like a fucking grapefruit, like that, and then like just how they keep cutting back to cool angles where it's just like, oh damn, like he really fucking stepped on his face.
This professor guy sucks ass.
Yeah.
This fucking
New
German
Loomis?
professor. Yeah, New Loomis.
Yeah, he pisses me off.
I'm Michael's doctor, Ranbir Sartain.
You're the new Loomis.
She's like, no, I like Michael.
Yeah, he's really fucking frustrating.
Dude, he definitely is in love with Michael Myers.
He's frustrating.
Fucking
he's
Rob.
Like,
you were saying like a Nazi doctor.
Yeah, he's like, just come on.
Man, Führer.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know what it just so like he's not He's like
He's a cartoon. You're talking about
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
He's not even
Chubby
a bad
forehead
character
kid.
actor. He's just
And
like a
his-
bad cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you put the Michael Myers mask on.
Yeah, and you put the mask on, and it was also just like.
Okay, does that put him in the running for the most brutal? Like, who was the most brutal Michael Myers? Whoever wore the mask.
Yeah. Let me see. What did Rob Zombie's Michael do? I mean, Rob Zombie's Michael killed a lot.
He killed a lot, but was it brutal? You can kill someone, but if
Was it brutal? What's the most brutal one he did? They were all pretty standard kills.
that's
they
what
were
I'm
all
saying.
just, like,
Yeah,
stabby.
exactly. It's just
Yeah.
That's why after a while I'm just like, this is kind of lame. Because even if his reasoning's whack, I'm like, I love a good graphic death.
Well, he fucking dropped a TV on Danny Trejo. That was pretty cool.
That was
Dude, that was such
I
a
was
cool
disappointed.
scene.
I was disappointed.
With the fucking his face underwater and the fucking blood coming out of his mouth, it looks so cool.
That made me
Good
really
job,
mad.
Rob Zombie.
You know what? It was a good job because it made me hate Michael, like we're supposed to. But then I just got bored because I'm like, dude, he's just killing. I like these killings are like
realize
more
he has
frequent.
no empathy.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like
He's going to his goal. He loves.
Because I think every villain should have just even an ounce of fucking humanity, and that's what makes them interesting. It's just like you are like me.
He doesn't kill Lori when he doesn't want to kill Lori. He just wants to be loved with his sister again. There you go. You want your fucking humanity.
How do you? I don't know. How do you know? How do you know he wasn't planning on hurting her?
Because he fucking drops his knife and he goes on his knees and he takes his mask off, which he never does. And
That's a strong case.
They changes the whole narrative.
He's burying
for
himself.
sure.
He's like, this is all I have left.
And then stupid ass
And
Lori
then-
betrays
and then
him.
and then he's like, fucking trust no
The
hope.
dumb
dude.
Lori. The
Stupid
dumb,
Lori.
The dumb
I don't get why he
multiverse
dragged that
Lori.
dead body to that place. Do you remember in the Rob Zombie one? There was
Oh, in the
just a-
shrine?
Yeah, there's just a dead body. Like one of her friends. He's just like, look what I did. But I'm not gonna do that to you though. I swear.
Yeah, he just. I think it was just.
Yeah,
'cause
that
he's a
was that was
sicko
was
and he has
stupid.
No idea.
Does that
But-
make it more brutal?
I would. No, this guy's more brutal because he doesn't have any fucking rules and he doesn't follow anything. And he just does whatever the fuck he wants. So in that case, he's more brutal.
Yeah.
But I think Rob Zombie's Michael
more
Myers
fun to
is
watch.
He's a better character too.
I think he's more fun to watch. Yeah, and I agree. I think in the case of that movie, he is a better character because his motivations are completely clear. You've lived with him. You know what he looks like. You can. It's like fuck. All right. Yes.
Yeah. Kid stuff can be shorter for the Rob Zombie Halloween.
Rob, who was more brutal to you?
I think the 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Favorite 2018 Michael Myers kill.
Probably the doctor, the stomp.
Oh, the fucking
Yeah.
squishing him in his fucking
Yeah.
seat and then.
It just was satisfying.
Say something.
Because he just didn't say anything, and the doctor didn't get this like
Hell
the
yeah.
satisfaction.
Another cool one was his fleshlight, fucking head pumpkin thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that was like a very like quiet throwback to like Michael doing like elaborate shit with
Dude,
his
that
fucking kills.
dude had to like fucking sit down.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
fucking
scoop out
scoop
the
it
shit
out
from
of
all
his
the
skull.
Yeah, that was fucked.
You've seen both of them. Which one would we most want to rewatch? Like, which can you see yourself watching first before the other?
I'd say the Rob Zombie one, just because it's more popcorn.
It's more of like a fun time. It's more of a fun time. This one.
Yeah, like if the Rob Zombie one, like cutouts, like if it didn't have like the brutal like rape stuff or whatever, and maybe some of the like some of the weird, I don't know, like
Maybe if the kids stuff was shorter.
yeah, if the kid stuff was shorter, I would be down to like, yeah,
I'd buy it on Blu-ray.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not every day you can have a nice, full course meal, restaurant quality food. Sometimes you gotta have a cheeseburger. Sometimes, like when you're with friends, you're like, let's just go get some cheeseburgers.
Just because it looks fancy, don't mean it's good for you.
Oh, that cut deep. But yes, I picked the Rob Zombie one honestly because this one was great. Like I'm telling you, as a film, as a if you're interested in the character of Michael Myers, if you're interested at all in this lore, this is a great movie because it tackles that. It's honestly this movie's a drama. Like it's drama with like horror movie stuff.
Yeah.
The other one was straight up a horror movie. You know, fucking slasher shit,
dude,
sleaziness galore. Like I think that's what like. The Rob Zombie Halloweens keep to the spirit of what like that teen pulpy like horror was, and this is just very mature and it's a drama. Like this movie, like watching it, I'm like I think why I liked it was because it was like watching like a cop drama, and Michael Myers was the fucking was the villain of that episode. It was cool. So they're both cool for different reasons. I'm surprised I have even an ounce of respect for the Rob Zombie ones because I swore those were shitty.
And I agree, Rob Zombie all the way. I don't. It's weird because all of my same gripes are still there, and I'm remembering a lot of things I hated, like the fucking 15-minute peekaboo, fucking finding Michael Myers scene, but the thing I wanted to also talk about. Judy Greer's terrible fucking monologue.
Oh, yeah,
the
we
worst.
couldn't finish this without addressing it.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was nonsense.
I forgot how wooden she was when she did that.
When I was a little girl.
Yeah, that was so bad. That was fucking terrible.
That was really bad. Yeah. So that's still there. And for me, that is in a lot of places. Like the acting is so bad sometimes.
It is.
To me, there's just too many things I don't like about it to warrant a rewatch. And there's a lot of stuff in Rob Zombie that I don't like, but that I can make fun of. Just like
the bad acting in the 2018 one isn't like good bad.
It's just like
it's just like
someone better.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what the fuck?
Instead of just
what are you going?
Yeah, because they you guys are even saying it yourselves like those two set completely different tones.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rob Zombie is like.
You ladies and gents know what I'm in for. Get ready for dreads and long hair and lots of rock and roll.
And David hillbillies from hell.
Yeah, and fucking always. David Gorder is like just fucking like all right. It's gonna be a slow burn.
Shoots it like
it's
the Bourne Identity.
Like it's gonna be a slow burn.
Yeah.
So when it comes to my horror slasher films, rather that shit look dirty and
honestly, I agree.
Stylized.
Yeah, that's something you play at a party. You know, people get all fucking horny with the sex stuff, start making out.
Fuck yes. Rob Zombie wins.
Rob Zombie wins. I am shocked.
We better play some Rob Zombie shit because I've been saying Dragula this entire fucking episode.
Wow. That was fun. That was a cool little movie night. I don't think we've ever done something quite like not on camera. We did this for La La Land, but it wasn't this late.
Yeah, we did it in the afternoon. This was cool. This was like a legit like movie night Halloween sesh.
Hell yeah.
Oscar is barely staying awake.
Oscar, hop in here, bro. Hop in the booth. He never wants to hop in. But I keep
man.
trying. Love to Oscar. Love to Boyo. Love to Rob. Dude,
Boyo,
thank you
so
for...
much
Of course.
For staying committed to what we planned almost a year ago, doing a Halloween episode.
A full year in the making, brother. Thank you for allowing us into your beautiful home.
Thank you.
Next year, Freddy versus Freddy.
Freddy versus Freddy.
Shit.
Freddy versus yeah.
It's gonna be Freddy. Original Freddy, new Freddy.
And
we're gonna finally find out if he was a pedophile in both.
Oh shit! I forgot we even set that up.
Yeah.
Nobody look it up.
Yeah, don't look it up for a whole year.
If you
verify.
Just wait for our episode.
Wait for our episode
Don't
next
look it
year.
up. Even if you know it.
You're gonna be there.
Dude, verified. He's our fucking Halloween buddy now.
Okay.
Halloween buddy.
BOYOWEEN.
BOYOWEEN.
I got a new title.
That's the new episode title. BOYOWEEN. Perfect way to end the night.
So I hope you join us next year for our yearly installment.
Hell yeah.
BOYOWEEN.
And if you're going trick or treating, be safe. If you're going to a party,
be
safe. Watch your drinks. Don't let anybody spike you.
Yeah. Oh, dude, throw up that picture of Melting Scarecrow Chris to fucking commemorate. Halloween.
Melting Scarecrow Chris warns you. I'll have a safe, be reasonable, be responsible. Take
the doses you're gonna take
Do
without
not
feeling like
go-
a melting scarecrow.
Do not go all out.
Don't take it
Do
edible,
not.
probably.
You're gonna be laying on a stranger's couch, looking at somebody at the front door, looking in and out, and hoping that they don't come in and rape you. Because I genuinely thought this guy was gonna rape me. It was awful, but yes.
That's
Yeah. That's what edibles do to you. Don't try edibles if you can't handle that shit.
Have a spooky Halloween.
Have the spookiest Halloween.
Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.
Bless.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. Thanks for listening to another fucking awesome episode of the Us Podcast.
Level 2.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow at the Chris Carmona.
You can follow me at Angel I Salinas _
Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at Us Podcast and check out our YouTube channels because we really need that support from y'all right now.
Listen to us on Spotify. Listen to us on Apple Music. Listen to us on Stitcher. Literally anywhere you can get your podcasts.
You literally have no fucking excuse not to listen to us, bitch.
Whoa!
I'm back, baby. Just kidding. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's the final countdown.
Put your game face on.